The night smelled like gasoline and rain. Ethan Ward had been standing on the rooftop for almost an hour, watching the city breathe beneath him. Neon reflections shivered on the wet asphalt, sirens cried in the distance, and every shadow looked like it knew his name. He took a slow drag from the last cigarette in the pack. He had promised himself he'd quit, but promises were the first casualties in a life like his. He closed his eyes. Everything had gone wrong so fast. Ethan wasn't always like this. 3 years ago, he was a high school chemistry teacher with a quiet life, an aging car, and a heart that still believed in second chances. But a single night, one phone call, changed the gravity of his world. It was his brother, Michael, panicked. Whispering. Out of breath, Ethan. I messed up. They're coming. The line went dead, and Ethan, who had spent most of his life avoiding conflict, found himself driving through the night toward an abandoned warehouse on the outskirts of the city. What he saw there burned itself into him permanently. Michael, tied to a chair, bruised, bloodied, and a group of men who smiled like the devil finally had company. The deal was simple. Michael owed money Ethan had to pay, and the price wasn't cash, it was talent. They wanted Ethan's knowledge, not his loyalty. A formula. A product, something only a man with Ethan's quiet brilliance could create. That night, the teacher died. And the chemist was born. At first, Ethan told himself it was temporary, just one job, one batch, enough to buy his brother's freedom. But as with everything poisoned by desperation, one job became two. Two became five. And soon Ethan realized the truth. He wasn't making the product anymore, the product was making him, and the city changed too. People he used to pass on the street without noticing started disappearing. Unmarked black cars became a common sight in neighborhoods that once felt safe. Rumors spread of a mysterious new substance flooding the underground, something cleaner, stronger, something terrifyingly perfect. Only 3 men in the entire city knew where it came from. Ethan was one of them, and now, someone was hunting all 3. 2 weeks ago, the first body was found in the river, plastic wrapped, throat slit clean like a surgical cut. Ethan recognized the man instantly. A distributor. Someone high in the hierarchy. A message. Last week, the second man was found. Same style. Same precision. Another message. Tonight. Ethan knew the message was for him. A cold breeze brushed the rooftop. Ethan flicked the cigarette away, watching sparks scatter into the dark like dying stars. He exhaled slowly. Behind him, the rooftop door creaked open. Footsteps, deliberate, unhurried. You're early, Ethan said. A shadow stepped forward, the faint red glow of the city illuminating a familiar face. It was Michael, his brother, alive, breathing, and pointing a gun at him. Ethan's chest tightened. Mike, what are you doing? Michael's voice was low, steady, colder than winter. This was never about the money, Ethan. What? You were the only one who didn't see it. They wanted you, not me. Ethan's pulse hammered. He felt the entire world tilt. Michael stepped closer, lowering the gun just slightly, enough to show confidence, but not mercy. You're the best chemist they ever had, Michael continued. And they knew you'd never join them willingly. Not without a reason. Not without me. Ethan's heart dropped. You were in this from the beginning, he whispered. Michael smiled, the kind of smile that didn't reach the eyes. From the very first day. The rain began to fall again, soft but cold, as if the sky itself wanted to wash the moment away. Ethan took one step back. Michael raised the gun again. You're done, Ethan. They don't need you anymore. And you? Ethan asked, voice trembling. Do you? Michael hesitated, just 1 second, but 1 second was enough. Ethan lunged forward, grabbing the gun, twisting it with a strength he didn't know he still had. A shot echoed through the night. Birds scattered. Windows glowed awake. 2 silhouettes struggled against the rain, slipping, wrestling, gasping. Another shot, then silence. A long, heavy silence. When the rooftop lights flickered, only one man was still standing. Ethan stared at the body on the ground, a body that once shared a home with him, a childhood, a past. Now it shared nothing. He sank to his knees, rain mixing with the tears he didn't realize he'd shed. The gun fell beside him. The city blurred in front of him, lights melting into one another like some cruel watercolor painting, then, footsteps, not Michael's, not his, more of them, soft. Organized. Surrounding him, black figures emerged from the shadows, the same men from the warehouse, the same men who owned his fate. One of them stepped forward, umbrella in hand, face calm, expression unreadable. "You made the right choice, Mr. Ward," the man said. Ethan didn't answer that he couldn't. The man continued, "Your brother fulfilled his purpose. Now you will fulfill yours." Ethan raised his head. "Why me?" The man smiled thinly, "Because brilliance is rare. Loyalty is optional. But obedience," he paused, "obedience can be taught." A van door opened behind them. Ethan closed his eyes, just for a moment, long enough to remember who he used to be, then he stood up, slowly, quietly, like a man walking into his own grave, and as they escorted him into the van, the rooftop emptying behind them, a single line echoed in Ethan's mind, a line he once told his students: "Chemistry is the study of change." And tonight, everything changed, forever.